Hello. You didn't quite go as far as the sun, but you've just been getting an awful lot of publicity recently with the aircraft.
Yeah, India's as bad, I would think.
So you set off in an aeroplane to fly around the world?
Yeah, that was the intention of going 52 stops around the world in 44 days.
And you've got your own pilot's license?
Mm-hmm. Helicopter.
And helicopters, I've just heard.
Yeah.
Which you did in 16 days, which makes me sick.
Give or take then.
Give or take a minute. But how much fixed wing flying do you do and how much helicopter flying do you do?
I do mainly fixed wing because I own a few. I don't own a helicopter.
You own a few? That sounds good.
About 3.
I'm getting very jealous. What was the machine that you attempted the trip in?
It was a Centurion, a Cessna Centurion, which is a 6-seater single. But we took the back 4 seats out and had fuel tanks.
So it's a single engine?
Yeah.
Did that ever worry you when you were over the sea?
It worried me more and more the more it went on, actually. Because as soon as you get over sea, it begins to sound wrong.
Yes. Isn't it funny how an engine knows there's water underneath?
Yes, very clever. Nothing to go wrong as well.
I'm quite certain that some of the things we've read in the newspaper are not as accurate as they might be.
Not quite.
So what exactly happened?
We was about 60 odd miles out heading for Bombay.
Out of where? Where had you left?
We'd gone out of Madras, we'd gone up the coast to this place called Vizag something, I still can't pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we turned off across the airway over the Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean. About 65 miles out, we had a magneto failure, which means the engine runs quite badly.
Yes.
It's no longer safe, really. Certainly not to go 900 miles across an ocean, so we turned back. We was losing power, and we needed full power to keep the weight up, which is 15% overweight.
Yeah.
Because of the extra fuel. We got back to this place just about, and then the decision was whether we should land with an engine because we was overweight, or whether we should risk circling around to burn off the fuel to make a safe landing, but the risk being that the engine could fail, and then we have to make an emergency landing without an engine, which is even more dangerous.
Right.
So really, we was out the frying pan into the fire. We decided to go in with the engine, which brought us very much overweight, and risked the undercarriage collapsing with 200 gallons on board, which is quite frightening.
Yeah.
I did film it. I filmed the whole thing. But I didn't have anything to do. You know, Bob's more experienced, so he was doing the flying. So I just sat there with this camera, and if it blew up, then at least we'd have it.
We've actually got a clip. You brought along a clip that you took.
The one you've got isn't the one that I took.
This is not
India, no, because that got confiscated.
Oh, the Indians have got that.
Yeah, that was impounded.
Oh, we're watching Indian television to see that. Whereabouts are you here?
Who should be taken up at Heathrow?
That's Heathrow main runway.
Yeah.
Left or right?
This is left.
Off the ground.
28 left.
And where's that?
That's a cloud somewhere.
That's a cloud.
I have no idea where that is.
Yes.
That's probably going out of England over the coast.
Do you do a lot of this filming of clouds? Oh look, we're coming down again. This is like my holiday film.
This is Athens, I think, if I remember right. And we had a tri-star right up our backside.
Yes, that must be difficult. What happened at Heathrow? Because you've got to watch jet turbulence.
Yeah.
So did you sort of...
They place you on the runway away from the vortexes.
Yeah.
Which is good of them, really.
So you eventually got the aircraft down on the ground at this airfield without an incident, without the undercarriage giving way.
Well, we don't know whether it's stressed or not. It didn't break anyway, but we've got to check it for stress.
Yeah. And then this story about the authorities grabbed hold of you.
Yeah, we got out the aeroplane and they said that we could go and, you know, thank God you're all right and all that sort of stuff. We got to the hotel and then the customs come breezing in saying that we'd illegally imported this and that and we'd taken photos and all sorts of things they were saying.
But this was an airfield from which you'd flown?
No,
this was a diversion.
This was a diversion airfield. Yeah.
Was it a civil field or was it a military?
Well, airliners land there. Well, airliners 748s and Fog of Friendships, small twins. But they had a Britain Norman Islander, which is a British aeroplane there, belonging to their navy, and they said that we'd taken pictures of it.
Well, I mean, they're very rare things, aren't they?
Yeah, and I said, but we build them. I said, it's not as if it's got any secrets on it, and Bob used to own one. He had one for about a year.
Yeah.
I said, we probably know more about that than you do.
Were they polite?
Yeah, they was always polite, yeah. But if we dared ask questions and say, it does seem to be taking rather a long time, then they would threaten us with this place called Customs House, which I don't know what that was.
But a genuine fear at one point that it could be one of those where you end up in a prison?
Yeah, the first night, because they knock at the door at 2 o'clock in the morning and say that we've illegally imported these cameras, and we said, but you just said we could bring them here. And they said, oh no.
Sounds like a nightmare. So what are you going to do? Are you going to have a stab at it again?
Yeah, what we're doing now is we're getting a Panther Navajo sent over from America.
That's very fast, isn't it?
Yeah, very fast. But we're actually changing what we're going to do. Instead of doing as many cities east about, we're now going to go west about like a rocket and go for certain
So
speed.
you pick up the wind and...
Yeah.
Well, the best of luck. When are you hoping to do that?
Speeds. That'll take about 3 weeks to bring it over and get it prepared.
So this is something that will be happening in the next few months?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Best of luck with that. Grab a telephone there and find out what question we got from Sarah Smith, who's on line 3. Good morning, Sarah.
Hello.
Hello, Gary Numan's here for you. What would you like to ask him?
Hello, Gary.
Hello.
What was your favourite pop star when you was younger?
Depends how old I was, really. The first one, I think the first band was the Monkees. For a long time I liked the Monkees. That's my first hero, anyway. Heroes.
Okay then.
All right, there's your answer. Tessa Williams on line 2. Hello, Tessa.
Hello.
Hi.
Which was your most favourite record you've ever made?
Mine?
The one that sold the most.
Yeah, the one that sold the most. Cars, I suppose, because that did best in most places. So I'm biased, really.
And what's your favourite?
She's Got Clothes.
Why do you particularly like that one? Don't say that. Why do you particularly like that one?
I don't know really.
I don't know. I knew you were going to say that. Tessa, thanks a lot for calling.
Thank you.
Bye. I'm afraid
Bye.
that's all we can take on the calls, but have you've brought along some bits and pieces. An undercarriage of a light aircraft. You swapping?
No, I need to keep them.
What have you got for us, Gary?
I've got various signed records and photographs, some T-shirts from my company.
This is not one of the illegal pictures.
No, this is an Navajo that I've got.
Autographed.
And it's an aeroplane virtually the same as that we'll be taking on the next trip.
Jolly good.
And this thing
and what's
is,
that?
It's off my wall actually. I took a picture of one of my aeroplanes at sunset and had it framed and put up at the fireplace. And I couldn't find any decent swaps, so I bought that.
It really is rather nice. Thank you very much for bringing that along. That would normally be above the fire.
It was above my fireplace this morning. Yeah.
So you've now noticed that the wallpaper has faded all around it. Jolly good. A question, please.
In what year did Amy Johnson fly single-handed from London to Australia?
In which year did Amy Johnson fly single-handed
London to Australia.
London to Australia? Okay, on a postcard please to Swap Shop BBC TV, London W12 8QT. Good luck with the helicopters, particularly good luck with this rapid circumnavigation. Hope that goes well.
Yes, thank you.
How fast do you think you could do it?
We're not sure actually. We're still working out what the winds, the expected winds are going to be. And
is there a record you've got to beat?
It's mainly city-to-city records. The whole trip is unlikely because obviously Concorde could do it faster than we can.
Yes.
But at our weight, we should be able to do it the fastest. But the records themselves are still open to discussion. There's a lot of them that are still being debated.
Oh, well.
Even now from past glories. So.
He's hoping you'll put all that right with her.
Yeah, there'll be some records. It depends what ones are still open.
Good. Best of luck, and hopefully you do it before the end of the series, and you'll come back and talk to us and tell us how well you do.
Okay.
We've actually, Gary, thank you. We've actually got a swap shop on flying, everything to do with flying, coming up in a couple of weeks. So if there's anything you want to know on the whole subject of flying, do let us know exactly what you want on the programme. But right now, I don't think it's very appropriate, but it's Gary in action with this wreckage